Cobra, a ruthless terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
Hey guys, it's your host Triple C. I hope you guys enjoyed that entrance to my video. I'll try to do more of those when I can. I hope everyone having a great day. Today I want to discuss something that's fun to discuss. Top 10 figures that I want to see for Cobra that are named characters. Characters that have an actual name, not an army builder character with no name. I'll do another video on the top 10 army builders I want to see. This is for the top 10 Cobra agents that I want to see, still yet to be released. But not all Cobra, but they're on that side. But yeah, I want to. I think it'd be a fun topic to discuss, and I want to know what you guys are opinions on it too. I have 4 honorable mentions. Also, I want to go. Three honorable mentions I want to go over. And I think it'd be fun to discuss. They always made my list, but the rest of these guys were more important to me than the 3 honorable mentions. But and I want to know your top 10, or top 5, or your top most anticipated named characters. They've done a lot of characters already for G.I. Joe. Now, from here on out, once they finish all the named characters they do, there'll be a lot of repaints and redone and redecos of a lot of characters. So we're gonna keep getting characters like Duke and Scarlet and Roebuck and all the other characters over and over again, because they're gonna go through all the iterations of G.I. Joe and make new characters along the way. But there's a ton of army builders throughout there. But there's not many named characters for Cobra. Cobra never had a lot of named characters to begin with. Most of them were dreadnoughts, that were named characters. But without further ado, let's get on with the show. Alright, guys. First up, my honorable mentions is Storm Rider with the Doom Cycle. Now, this guy probably isn't very popular because he came late in the line through the 2000s, I think. And the Doom Cycle is really cool. It could just be a great way to get more cycles into the line. If they made him and made a couple alternate heads to become an arm builder, that'd be a really cool way of doing this character. Because he's basically a basic character, and all you gotta do is give him alternate heads. You can have multiple rides, and or they can go separately and sell him separately. But I wouldn't mind that either. But the Doom Cycle was really cool, and so was Storm Rider. Now I used to use this for Zartan all the time when I was a kid, so that's why I really want this in the line. Alright. Next up, number 2, Dr. Biggles. Oh my god. Sorry about my dogs in the background, guys. Dr. Biggles here is a scientist. I think he's one evil scientist in the line. Oh, and by the way, all my photos are from yojo.com and 3D Joes. Just so you guys are aware of where I get my photos from. But yeah, Dr. Biggles, evil scientist lady, we always use more women in the line and more scientists in the line, so she fits both those criteria. And it could be a great figure to add to the line. Dr. Biggles Jones, Dr. Sidney Biggles Jones. And number 1 on my honorable mention is Wraith. Wraith is a cool character. He's wearing a prosthetic cybernetic uniform. I don't think he's an actual cyborg what's his name? The leader of the Bats character. I always forget his name. But I think he's wearing a prosthetic uniform, and it makes him invisible. They have 2 figures of versions of him, the clear blue version or this version. Awesome looking character, and I love to see him in the line. I think Custer's like to do him up really well, but we'll see. I don't know where see him in the line because he came late in the line. But yeah, Wraith, awesome looking character. All right, now my top 10 list. Number 10, Sergeant Major Duncan. Sergeant Major Duncan is a member of the Iron Grenadier, a sergeant of the Guard. Cool character. I think you can do him easily with the Iron Grenadier. I did my Sergeant Major Duncan, and he's right here. Missing his hat, but they could easily do him if they wanted to. I think it'd be a good figure to add to the line. Sergeant Major Duncan, number 10. And now number 9 is General Mayhem. General Mayhem, I just like the way he looks. He looks crazy. I don't know anything about him. I know he's an Iron Grenadier general, and I like the helmet. And I always thought he was a crazy general. The way he looks angry and crazy. That's the way I played with him as a kid. And I did have this one. I didn't have Sergeant Major Duncan as a kid, but I had him. I got him through a trade for a friend, and I liked him a lot. And then number 8 is Voltar and his Vulture. I had this one as a kid too. I think he's a great figure, and I think he'd be a great addition to the Iron Grenadiers. Even if they did this pinkish color, fuchsia color, they could either tone it down, make it more purple, or they can, I would actually make it more purple, but because there is a purple and black and gold Iron Grenadiers also out there. So, but yeah, I would do that. But this is a fine figure, and I would love to see him in the line. I mean, not a figure and pet. All right, number 7 is Repulsor and his zombie dog, another figure and pet. This is a cool character. He is a second hand to Cesspool, which we'll get to in a second. But Repulsor is the second hand, right hand man to Cesspool, and I think he'd be an awesome addition to the line. And I do think we are going to get Cesspool. He hasn't been named yet, so he is on my list. I didn't put anything that has been officially named yet. He's been hinted at, but he hasn't been named yet. So I'm hoping that he comes to the line. I like this version of Cesspool. He comes with a briefcase full of cash, stacks of cash, which would be a cool accessory for the toy line. I like the backpack and the gun and the helmet for him. I think he's an awesome character, and he's an awesome bad guy. And we're getting the eco-terrorists, Toxic Vipers, so we should be getting him hopefully next year. And I'm hoping it's this version of him. Because there's only 2 versions of Cesspool. The one that color changed and this one. And this one is a better version of it. Then we have number 5, Grizzle. Grizzle is the right-hand man of Headman. Grizzle is, he didn't talk much in the cartoon. He nodded and he said yes, and that was it. I think he only had a couple lines the entire episode. But I like his weapon with the curved blade at the end there. The shotgun. I think he'd be a great addition to the line. And that face sculpt is only he's like a you can always add him to the Dreadnoks if you wanted to after you kill off Headman. But yeah, he's a cool looking character. I think he'd be a good addition to the line. Now, I would add one thing to both this guy and Headman. I would take away this and add little bags of sparks, little things for them to carry and hand out, because that was their drug in the cartoon. But yeah, either one of these would be fine, but I prefer the one in black. This one comes with a Tommy gun and a handgun. This one comes with a giant something or other. I don't know what kind of gun that is, but it's a strange one. Looks like a nutcracker right there. But yeah, I think this would be a cool character to have. And like I said, I added a little Badger Spark to it. Even if you give him one weapon, like a pistol and a Badger Spark, and maybe an alternate head where he's dying, like they did with Deep Six. Okay, and then number 3 on my list, Venomous Maximus. Now I had this version growing up. This version reminds me of a tyrant from Resident Evil, the arm. Now I never liked the storyline of General Hawk coming here, so in my head canon, I always made him his own character and have him as replacement to Splinter, and that was his role in Cobra. He was the replacement of Splinter after Splinter was destroyed. But yeah, I think he'd be an awesome character to add to the line. I can see him being a Comic-Con exclusive. Maybe this version Comic-Con exclusive and this version regular, or vice versa. But I can see him coming to the line eventually. You can always use more bad guys, and this is a great bad guy. And then number 2, and my last 2 are the ones I really want in the line the most. Iron Claw. Iron Claw is part of the Scar, and he's part of the G.I. Joe Extreme cartoon. He leads Scar, which is an organization that battles G.I. Joe. So it's like another faction of Cobra. And I think they could easily do him in G.I. Joe. And there's been he comes with plenty of weapons. So I would love to see him decked out. But yeah, what do you guys? He'd be a good addition to G.I. Joe, and maybe the Scar Soldiers. Alright, and my last figure I want, my number 1 most wanted figure in the line. As of now, it was Iron Grenadier Destro, but now I have him. This is it. This is the one. This Overlord. Once I have Overlord, I will have the figures I've always wanted in the line, but I always want more. I can always use more. So I'm not saying stop there, but I'm just saying this would be the pinnacle of the ones that I wanted in the line. Everything else would be icing on the cake. And I want the Dictator with him, because that is a cool vehicle. I think it'd be an awesome vehicle in the line. I think they could do it really well. And this is another cool small vehicle for bad guy leaders to have. And Overlord came in 2 colors. This in a green version with gold and black. The green version you can use with the crystal ball. This version you can potentially use for Iron Grenadiers if you wanted to. But because of the gold and reddish orange on him and black. But yeah, that is my top 10 list for Cobra named characters. I hope you guys enjoyed that list. Thank you all for watching. And make sure you guys smash that like button for me, subscribe to my channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. And please, comment below, let me know what your top 10 or top 5 most wanted Cobra named characters, not Army Builders, not G.I. Joe, named Cobra characters. I'm going to use G.I. Joe in that video. I'm going to use Army Builders in that video. So wait for those to give me those names of those characters in those videos. But yeah, if there's any comic book characters that you want to see, any movie characters you want to see, any cartoon characters that haven't been made yet and you want to see, drop them in the comments below, let me know. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great day. Cobra! Bye guys.